We thought we knew Slovenia, came for the picture-perfect view of Lake Bled, and we weren't disappointed. But standing there, we couldn't shake a feeling that we were missing the real story. What if the most magical parts of this country were the ones we'd never even heard of? Host, it's an easy mistake to make. See the photos of Lake Bled? You walk the storybook streets of Ljubljana, and you think, I get it. It's beautiful, and it is. That incredible beauty comes with a price. The crowds. It was a moment. Standing shoulder to shoulder with hundreds of people trying to get that one iconic shot, when we started to wonder, is this really it? Is this the authentic Slovenia we came all this way to find? It felt like we were just checking boxes off a tourist list. So we made a decision. We set out on a new journey, far from the crowds, on a mission to find Slovenia's best-kept secrets. In this film, we're sharing the 5 most incredible places we found, from forgotten alpine meadows to mysterious worlds carved out by nature. This is a side of Slovenia most visitors miss, and a journey to the heart of why its true soul lies just beyond the beaten path. Our list begins in a place that proves you don't always have to journey deep into nature to get off the beaten path. Sometimes, the best secrets are hiding in plain sight. While most travelers head for Ljubljana or Maribor, they often bypass what might be Slovenia's most underrated city, Celje. Located about halfway between the capital and Maribor, Celje has a different rhythm. It's Slovenia's 3rd largest city, yet it wears its history with a quiet confidence, free from the tourist rush. The first thing you see is the magnificent Celje Castle, or Stari Grad, perched on a hill, watching over the valley below. This isn't just any ruin. It's the largest medieval fortress in Slovenia, once home to the Counts of Celje, one of the most powerful noble families in European history. Walking these grounds, you can almost feel the weight of that history. This family was so influential, their 3 signature stars are now part of Slovenia's national coat of arms. From the top of Frederick's Tower, the view stretches over the red-tiled roofs of the old town and the winding Savinja River, inviting you to imagine the medieval dramas that played out right here. Down in the city, the old town is a maze of charming streets and beautiful buildings with a distinctly local vibe. We wandered without a map, discovering quiet squares. It's the Abbey Church of St. Daniel and the Roman ruins that lie just beneath the modern city. Remnants of when Celje was a wealthy Roman hub called Celje. We spent an afternoon at a cafe on Rakov Trg, just watching the world go by, and it felt a world away from the tour groups of the capital. Celje isn't about one big show-stopping attraction. It's about feeling the sense of stumbling upon a place that is proud of its past, but isn't performing for tourists. It's a city that's living its own story, and for that reason alone, it's a true cultural gem. From the quiet culture of a city, our journey now takes us into the wild heart of Slovenia. Our 4th discovery isn't a single spot, but an entire region that feels like stepping into another time. The Kočevje region, covering a huge expanse in the south. This is one of the most densely forested and untouched landscapes in Europe. Around 90% of this region is woodland, including ancient primeval forests like Krokar, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This isn't just a forest, it's a sanctuary. What makes Kočevje so unique is its deep and complicated history. For nearly 600 years, this was the home of a German-speaking community, the Gotchers, who created their own cultural island here. But after World War II, the region was almost entirely depopulated and turned into a restricted military zone. Paradoxically, this isolation is what helped preserve its incredible wilderness. Today, that wildness is the main reason to visit. The forests of Kočevje are one of the last places in Europe where you can find the big 3 native predators: the wolf, the lynx, and the undisputed king of these woods, the brown bear. Slovenia has one of Europe's largest and healthiest brown bear populations, and Kočevje is its heartland. Of course, you don't just wander into the woods alone. The only responsible way to experience this is with an expert guide. We joined a local who knew the forest like the back of his hand, and it was a humbling experience. You walk in silence, learning to read the forest's subtle language of footprint in the mud, claw marks on a tree. We spent hours in a specially designed hide, just waiting and watching. The silence is absolute, broken only by the rustle of leaves. And then, to see a bear finally emerge from the trees, moving with quiet power through its home, is an experience that is both thrilling and deeply peaceful. It's a powerful reminder of what true wilderness feels like. Kočevje offers a different kind of tourism, slow, respectful, and deeply connected to nature. It's a place that makes you feel small in the face of something vast and ancient, and it's a side of Slovenia that remains truly untamed. Our third discovery takes us to Slovenia's famous karst region. But far from the crowded tours of the Postina and Kokan caves, many people visit those incredible underground worlds. But very few know about their wild open-air cousin, the Rakov Škocjan Valley. This place is quite simply a geological masterpiece. Imagine a giant cave system whose ceiling collapsed over thousands of years, leaving behind a stunning, sunken valley carved by the Rak River. The result is a landscape that feels like another world, where the river vanishes into the earth and reappears from it, flowing beneath two colossal natural bridges. It feels like you're walking through the ruins of a cathedral built by nature itself. The two main features are the Mali Naravnimost and the Veliki Naravnimost. The little bridge is a graceful 42-meter-high arch you can walk across. But it's the big bridge that truly stops you in your tracks, standing beneath its 37-meter-high arch. Where the river emerges from the darkness, you feel humbled by the sheer power of water and time. What we loved most about Rakov Škocjan was its raw, untamed atmosphere. Unlike the major caves with their tickets and timed tours, this is a protected landscape park you can explore on your own. There's an educational trail that winds through the valley, but you can also just follow forest paths along the river, getting lost in its nooks and crannies. You can climb down to the riverbank, peek into the mouths of smaller caves, and just sit and listen to the echo of the water. This valley is often confused with the more famous Kočevje caves, but it offers a completely different experience. It's quieter, more intimate, and feels like a secret you've just been let in on. This is nature's architecture at its most dramatic and awe-inspiring. If you're finding these hidden corners of the world as fascinating as we do, and you appreciate travel stories that go beyond the guidebook, consider subscribing to our channel. It lets us know you value this kind of exploration and helps us continue to create these films. Alright, we have 2 more gems to go, and we've saved our absolute favorites for last. Everyone has heard of Slovenia's Julian Alps and the iconic Mount Triglav. They are spectacular. But with that fame come busy trails and crowded mountain huts. For our number 2 spot, we want to introduce you to their quieter and arguably more enchanting sibling, the Kamnik-Savinja Alps. Just a short drive from Ljubljana. This mountain range offers all the alpine drama with a fraction of the people. It's a paradise for anyone who loves the mountains. This is a land of sharp peaks, impossibly green valleys, and pristine rivers. One of its most magical corners is Velika Planina, a high mountain plateau that's home to one of Europe's last active herdsmen's settlements. In the summer, local herdsmen bring their cattle here to graze. Living in unique oval-shaped wooden huts that are scattered across the rolling pastures, walking through here feels like stepping into a fairy tale. The air is filled with the sound of cowbells, and you can buy fresh cheese directly from the people who made it. Beyond Velika Planina, the region holds some of Slovenia's most beautiful landscapes. The Logar Valley is a perfect, U-shaped glacial valley that many call one of the most beautiful in Europe. A gentle trail leads through meadows and forests to the powerful Rinka waterfall. Then there's Jezersko, a peaceful valley with a stunning lake nestled against a backdrop of jagged peaks, a perfect base for more serious hiking. And for experienced mountaineers, the highest peak, Grintovik, offers a challenging climb with panoramic views that rival anything in the Julian Alps. What truly sets the Kamnik-Savinja Alps apart is the feeling of authenticity. It feels less like a tourist hotspot and more like a living, breathing alpine community. The trails are quieter, the connection to the landscape feels more direct, and the sense of peace is something you can actually feel. Whether you're looking for a gentle walk through a historic pasture or a challenging hut-to-hut trek, these mountains offer an alpine experience that is deeply serene and unforgettable. We've explored a historic city, a primeval forest, a collapsed cave, and serene mountains. But our number 1 hidden gem in Slovenia isn't any of these. It's a place that completely surprised us and in the end captured our hearts. It's a river. But not just any river. This is the Kolpa, flowing along the southern border with Croatia, known as Slovenia's warmest and cleanest river. The Kolpa River Valley feels like a different country. While much of Slovenia is defined by its cool alpine character, the Kolpa is warm, gentle, and incredibly inviting. In the summer, its water temperature can reach 27 degrees Celsius, making it perfect for swimming. Locals call it Slovenia's longest coast because of the countless natural swimming spots that its banks. The best way to experience the Kolpa is to simply get on the water. We rented kayaks and spent a day lazily paddling downstream. The river is crystal clear, and its gentle current makes it accessible for everyone. We drifted past lush green banks, old wooden dams, and tiny, sleepy villages where time seems to have stopped. We'd just pull our kayaks over to a pebble beach for a swim, lie in the sun, and then continue on our way. This is slow travel at its best. You can camp right on the riverbank in beautiful, eco-friendly campsites, waking up to the sound of flowing water. You can try paddleboarding, go fishing, or find a small waterfall for a natural massage. The whole valley is a protected park, and its biodiversity is astounding. It's a sanctuary for otters, kingfishers, and dozens of fish species. The Kolpa River is our number one because it represents the ultimate escape. It's the perfect antidote to a packed tourist itinerary. It's a place where time slows down, where the goal isn't to see as much as possible, but simply to be. It is warm, peaceful, and feels like Slovenia's beautiful, sun-drenched Secretan experience of pure relaxation that we will never forget. So, that was our journey beyond the tourist trail, from the historic castle of Celje to the primeval forests of Kočevje, from the collapsed underworld of Rakov Škocjan to the serene pastures of the Kamnik-Savinja Alps, and finally to the warm, lazy waters of the Kolpa River. These places taught us a valuable lesson. Slovenia isn't a checklist. It isn't just a country of iconic photo ops. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to look a little closer, to take the smaller road, to walk the path that isn't on the main map. The true magic of this country unfolds when you step away from the crowds and allow yourself to get just a little bit lost. That's where you find its soul. And that's where you find the stories that stay with you long after you've returned home. Slovenia is a country that rewards curiosity, and we know we've only just scratched the surface. What are your favorite hidden gems in Slovenia? Or what's a place that truly surprised you on your own travels? Share them in the comments below. Let's build a map of incredible places together. Thanks for coming on this journey with us. We'll see you on the next one.